Hello Riven mains and Yasuo mains alike, I am the Nightwing, Way of Life Esports, coming at you guys with another League of Legends video. So, it was already rumored that Clid's contract with SKT had already expired, and most fans had already assumed that he was going to be going to IG since he was in talks with going to IG or going to RNG. But today, Clid announced, or rather Gen G announced, that they are going to be having Clid on their main roster for 2020. Clid usually likes to sign these one-year contracts. He did it with JDG, he did it with SKT, and now he's doing it with Gen G, hoping to get Gen G back to the playoffs and also back to that international competitive success that the organization knows and loves. Clid has also joined Gen G, completing the main roster for 2020. Oh, and they also have completed their roster. So, on 20th of November, KST, Gen G announced through Ambition's stream that mid laner BDD and jungler Clid, two hottest free agents in the 2019 and 2020 offseason, have signed with the team. And then you have their official roster right here. Rascal, Clid, BDD, Ruler, and Life. BDD and Clid join Ruler and Life, who previously renewed contracts with Gen G. BDD played for KT Rolster throughout 2019, where he was considered the key player for the team. Clid was the jungler for SK Telecom T1 during 2019 and was the LCK Summer Split Playoffs MVP, with Rascal also being officially announced later in the stream as the team's new top laner. Gen G completes its starting roster for 2020, and then Gen G tweeted on Twitter, "We are really excited to announce our newest additions to the Gen G League of Legends team, Clid and Rascal, also and BDD. We ask our Gen G team #TigerNation fans to give them a warm welcome." So, this is something super, super interesting because this is the added aspect of all of this. So, what I'm saying is, Rascal joining is something pretty interesting because maybe Rascal heard that cvMax was going to be the coach of Dragon X and did not want to be on the team, because actually there's something really bad that happened with Griffin and cvMax. So that's something to talk about as well. But looking at it from BDD and Clid's point of view, BDD, had a pretty sour 2019. He definitely does not want to go through that. He's probably one of the decently highest paid mids in the LCK. He was one of the biggest mid commodities going into the off season, and who was his name? Clid also was one of the biggest commodity for Korea going into the off season, since Clid had obviously just came off a 2019 World Championship semifinal. Definitely from his facial expression was not happy they finished at semis. He obviously wanted to make the finals. I think that if they make the finals, it's a lot better, but this takes it off the cake. Khan and Clid have left SKT, so will Coma do it? I'm not really too sure, but that's 2 out of 3. I am hard pressed to believe that Coma could essentially leave SKT. That would be absolutely insane if he did. But yeah, Gen G's roster is Rascal, Clid, BDD, Ruler, and Life. That looks definitely like a playoff caliber team, but like I said before, I'm not going to really rank the teams until we actually know, what their actual roster looks like, because ranking them in the preseason with just nobody else confirming, their roster is pretty bad, because you're just kind of just shooting at straws here. Plus, the game is changing, so we don't really know which team is going to exactly be, the best candidate for first place in the LCK. Plus, you have to factor in, we have to see if Griffin is even going to be in the LCK with their recent controversy. Riot releases final report on Griffin controversy. cvMax and former Griffin director Cho Gu-nam, or Yunam, indefinitely suspended Griffin to be fined. So does that mean Griffin is out of the LCK? Riot Korea announced on the 20th of November the final report for their investigation into various controversies around Griffin, CEO Kanavi, and Kim cvMax, and Cho Yoonam. Ugh. Summary: Former Griffin director Yoonam and Dragon X's head coach cvMax have been indefinitely suspended from all Riot organized competition, including the LCK. Griffin has been fined 100. So okay. So I'm not gonna definitely know what that is. Is that 100,000 won? But basically, their fine translates to $85,000 for U.S. currency. So they're getting fined almost $100,000, and then Riot releases the statements for both of the people as well. So UNOM's penalty is indefinite suspension from all Riot organized competitions. This will take effect from the 21st of November of 2019. In a statement, Riot Korea said about Cho's involvement in Kanavi's incident, Director Cho, who should have encouraged the organization to follow regulations and be a forerunner in protecting players, made a minor process transfer on his own and made unfair influence so the player leans toward a certain decision. Riot Korea also added, in the process of loaning Kanavi to JDG, Cho was actively involved in including a clause where the period he was loaned for was not part of his contract with Griffin, in contrast to how he notified the committee. Riot concluded, therefore, we consider the gravity of the violations above and apply an indefinite ban on former Director Cho. So former Director Cho cannot participate in any way on esports related activities organized and or run by Riot, including the LCK. Basically, what they're talking about was when Griffin were rumored to be loaning players out on contracts and basically signing them to 5-year contracts, and it's crazy, man. This team is involved in so much drama. cvMax's punishment is the same thing as Cho's, but a little bit more different, I'd imagine. And as in the statement, Riot Korea discussed finding related to Kim in the investigation. We have been notified that cvMax, the former Griffin head coach, during his time serving as a coach, exercised verbal and physical abuse to some of the players. On the nature of the violence exercised by cvMax, Riot Korea told, we have confirmed that the level of verbal violence committed from cvMax to the players in an extended period of time was personally damaging, and that some of the players were victims of this physical and verbal violence were minors. Riot concluded, therefore, we consider the gravity of the violations above and apply an indefinite ban on former coach Kim. So former coach Director Kim cannot participate in any way on esports related activities organized and or run by Riot, including the LCK. Holy crap. cvMax was out here punching Chovy. Crap. Holy crap. I don't mean to laugh. I shouldn't laugh, but good lord. The man was literally physically and mentally abusing the players. That is, and Dragon X hired this guy. Like, just factor in, Dragon X hired that guy. Holy crap. But that's weird because Deft only stood, I'm pretty sure Deft only stayed there because of cvMax becoming a head coach, because of how badly Kingzone was ran last split. So this begs the question, can Deft, no, Deft already re-signed. They're going to have to build a team around him, but they're not going to have cvMax. Man, that's crazy. Griffin's penalty is that a team of their caliber is fined $85,000. This will take effect from 21st of November 2019. In their statement, Riot Korea announced, we have confirmed that individuals in the Griffin management have either been directly involved or overlooked the behaviors of Cho and Kim. Therefore, the committee fines Griffin $85,000 USD. Also, the committee will regularly check the overall team management of Griffin for the next year. Riot Korea added, if we find a similar violent activities from Griffin in the future from this process, we will apply further and future further penalties, with the maximum penalty being the termination of Griffin's LCK seed. Oh my god. So Griffin out here loaning players to teams on 5-year contracts. You have, one party with cvMax claiming a bunch of stuff. Then you got this guy over here, freaking not running the team properly. Then you have players having their own internal clashes. Then, because somebody likes somebody else over somebody else, they get to play the most important matchup of your year, not even in your own region, at Worlds, and then they lose, and then all of this stuff comes out. Griffin has lost everything. I don't even know how well the LCK fans are going to respond to them. They probably are going to have no fans after this. I understand that certain organizations are very new to League, and they make a lot of mistakes, and that's just how it's going to really be presented to a lot of fans. But I don't think that this is overall the way to run an organization, loaning players off, on 5-year contracts to teams. And that was rumored to be multiple different players. We only know about the one guy. See, that's weird, though. They only caught the one situation that they were able to find. Then you got this dude over here. I'm not going to say he violently, hurt them or anything like that, but he'll probably end up talking about it on his stream. Because remember, the players, from what I remember, were either talked to in terms of coaching, or were also talked to in the way of, coaching basically means that, just say if someone were to I can't say that on YouTube. That's just too bad. All right, so let me say this. If I went home one day to my wife and I punched her straight in the face, and then she had a black eye, right? And then she went to work. And then I went to work, and then her coworkers asked her, "Where'd you get that black eye from?" Before she goes to work, tells her, "You tell anybody, I'm going to give you another one." That's what coaching is, basically. It's basically trying to manipulate the situation and coerce something that was not there. Basically, you're lying to cover up your tracks. That's basically what coaching is. And, I'm not going to say he did any of that, because that's crazy, but the fact of the matter is that this Kanavi situation, the player did obviously have something to say about that. And I don't see how they're not out of the LCK. Why are they not out of the LCK? Good lord. If this was franchise, you'd have been out. If this is why the LCK should be franchised. If they were franchised, they would be already out of here, man. Come on, these guys have lost all my respect. I hope they lose every single game, going into next split. I mean, they're gonna have to rebuild. Who's gonna want to be part of this team? You're under literal constant surveillance. You have no fans. No one's going to be your fan after this. I mean, I'm not saying that no one would eventually be their fan, but the fact of the matter is that this is going from oh my god, oh wow. I'm literally lost for words. I just can't speak anymore. I'm literally lost for words. Wow, Griffin, holy crap. Oh my goodness. I have to go to another story, because oh my goodness, I'm about to have a heart attack, man. Former Rocks Tigers and Team Solo mid coach Song will coach Counterlogic Gaming for the 2020 season. League sources told ESPN Song replaces Irene, who coached the team throughout the 2019 year. This coming year will mark the 4th straight season. Song, originally from South Korea, has worked for a North American team with stints at Immortals, TSM, Echo Fox, and prior to that, and now CLG. Also, Song was on Rocks Tigers, if I'm not mistaken, right? Song was on Rocks Tigers, actually. Actually, I should go and look him up on Twitter, because I'm pretty sure Song coached Rocks Tigers. Song coaching CLG, it's not too bad. I think that looking at how Irene did it, I'm pretty sure if Irene had their way of listening to what the CLG owner wanted for their League of Legends teams, and then he translated that all the way to their League of Legends team, having Song there is fine. So let me see where Song is actually in here. Oh my goodness. Sorry guys, I just woke up. Sorry. Let's see. Where is Song? Su Young, LOL Smeb. No, I just want Coach Song. Is Coach Song on here? He was on here though. He was on here. Who did he coach last? I mean, Echo Fox is not going to be here anymore, but nevertheless, Song is going to be CLG's strategic coach because that's what Irene was for them. So that's pretty much it for news. Other than the fact that Griffin are literally out of money, probably 85,000. That's a lot of money. Maybe they're rich enough to obviously pay off the fine. I'm not really too sure about their finances. And you have CLG having Song as the CLG new strategic coach. Let's see. And that's pretty much it. See you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe. Most of all, enjoy. I'm the Nightwing, and Way of Life Esports is signing out.
Hi there, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more stuff.
Yeah, thank you.